Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting the technology connect. Happy Friday. If you're checking us out on Friday, simulcasting everywhere: LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I don't know where it's going out, but I do this every Friday. Paul here, founder, president, Giant Jacks Media, AI powered sales and marketing firm. And I want to get into this because I had an awesome discussion with these founders of this law firm. And this is a case study, and this was yesterday. And I want to run through this with you. And I'll tell you a couple things off the bat here. If you want to get into my VIP blog, text Giant Help below to that number. You'll get in there my best tools, tips, and strategies to grow your business. And so, all right, here's the deal. This is a law firm, and they do a couple things, business litigation, real estate, construction litigation. But the issues at hand that we were discussing is, first of all, their relationship business. And the way they've gotten business over the years is taking people out to lunch and cultivating, relationships, getting in front of people, and doing it that way. Great. But the issue is, okay, we're a relationship business, and how do we develop relationships with more and more people? How do we, put this on steroids, and what can we do? So we were talking about that. No product to sell. So, obviously a service, no shiny object product to sell here. And so that was an issue. How do you reach out to people with no product, and maybe the timing's right, maybe not, what do you do there? So that whole discussion came up. And then all around this is how to do the sales and marketing when you've got this scenario going on. So here's what we got into: the solutions. So this was killer. I love having these discussions. So we start talking about creating a compelling offer. So you got to have something to sell. What is it you're selling? And what we started to really drill down into, and we were just like spitballing back and forth, ideas were popping. I love doing this stuff. I just get going. And so the compelling offer is they do business litigation for, obviously, business owners. And this is a big deal, liability for business owners. They're getting sued all the time by, employees, and outside stuff is going on where there's litigation liability. Their truck drivers, are getting in accidents. So we all know there's 40 million lawsuits filed in the US every year. So business owners, they care about, being sued, litigation, all that. So what we were talking about is, okay, why don't you have an offer around doing an assessment, a, complimentary or, initial or a paid assessment for tightening up your business to avoid the pitfalls that can lead to litigation. So we just started going down that path and talking about, okay, create a shiny object offer where you can pitch this. You can reach out, get, to the right people and pitch your compelling offer. And when you boil down a service-based business into something like this you can offer, and you have it, and it's simple, and people can chew on it, understand it, then you can go to town marketing that thing. And when you have a compelling offer like that, then all roads lead to Rome. So whatever you're doing with your outreach campaigns, if you're doing events, you're showing up, you are constantly talking about compelling offer, compelling offer. Hey, click here. Here's a QR code. Here's a link. Compelling offer, compelling offer. So that was awesome. And we're going down that path. So now that you have that, then your messaging, the marketing around that, the messaging, the campaigns start to take shape because you know what you're building it around. So we were talking about creating compelling offers. So as you're thinking about your business, what is your compelling offer? I've got mine for my businesses. I actually am highly integrated, if you know me, with a law firm that I build out. And we have our complimentary planning assessment. We're an asset protection, estate planning, business planning law firm. We've got that. We pitch that everywhere. It is awesome. Get with an attorney. So what is yours? What do you have? So that's one issue that came up. And then The other issue was they were talking about, well, we are very niche, meaning the people we need to reach out to are very specific. And, and so we can't just go in mass to the general population. We need to target. And I was salivating because, when you have a very narrow target market, it is awesome because then you can tailor your language, your outreach campaigns. You can speak to that target market in their language. And so that was an issue that came up, is how do you do that? And then also we were talking about how to get visible and get out there. But on the campaigns, so let me just touch on this one first. So on the campaigns to the right people, I said, okay, well, who are the right people? Who do you want to talk to? Who have you been taking out to lunch over the years? Well, CPAs, financial advisors, other attorneys, give them business. And then, of course, owners of businesses. Fantastic. You can find those people. And so what we were talking about there is campaigns to those people. You curate and enrich lead lists specifically to those people. You get it, you find them on LinkedIn, go to Sales Navigator, we get that list. And now you have workflows that go out to those exact people. And these are workflows that are multi-touch outreach campaigns involving SMS, email, LinkedIn, calling bots, calendar integration to run your campaigns, which is what we do at our AI-powered sales and marketing firm. We have all that built in. And so where this discussion was going, we say, okay, well, as you come on board, we're going to give you a CRM that is going to be awesome. And it's going to be a foundational piece to help you run your practice. But off of that CRM, we're going to run these workflows, multi-touch AI and automation built in. It's all going to be there with opportunity stages, lead tracking, all of it. So this is awesome. And you can have concurrent campaigns going on, hit CPAs and owners at the same time, have two workflows going. But this is what you do here is great that you have these people. You can get in front of them all day long. Now, on the Get Visible and Guide over here, so this is where you've got to shout from the mountaintop. As my mom used to tell me and my three brothers when we were kids, be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. Be loud and get out there. And so this is your content. And the way we do content, and I was talking about with these folks here, is first of all, events, right? So you got to guide, teach, and help. This is your content. Overriding theme is as you're selling to people and doing these automated and scaled campaigns with AI, outreach, that you also have to be building rapport with them, which is the marketing and getting in front of them, right? And so think about your build funnel. It's creating awareness, interest, engagement, at the top of your funnel. So content, this is what content is all about. It's got to be authority-driven content, your personal content about you, where you look like the expert, not sharing other people's content, your own. This is what we do with clients. And so then it's LinkedIn events. We love, and webinars, Zoom webinars. And these are LinkedIn live events streamed on LinkedIn and all the social channels, YouTube, Facebook, and all of them, like I'm doing now. But these are, we have every client doing a monthly event where we create a media channel. For instance, for the law firm, I've got Wealth Protector TV. For the marketing firm, I've got Giant TV. Content runs through that. And so the monthly event is, what can you do for the monthly event to invite people to see it? So you're marketing to them. I've got this great event with great content they actually care about. So think of these owners, CPAs, FAs, attorneys. You're speaking to them. And you can get so creative with these monthly events. And so that's a fantastic touch to get in front of people with your monthly event. And you're inviting, engaging, and so forth. Then there's blogs. So you've got to have email campaigns going on to guide, teach, help. And this is at least every other week, if not weekly. Now, we create blogs for our clients, send them out for clients. We repurpose client videos they're doing and events and send them out as a blog. But you get the point. You've got to just be in front of your network, ever-growing network, because as you're doing these campaigns and stuff, you're collecting more and more emails and you're getting them into your nurture blog, and you are having a discussion and helping your network over time. And what you will find when you do this is that you'll get a core group of your subscribers that love what you're doing, engage with you. You can fill webinars, you can offer other products and services because they come to know you and trust you. So blogs are huge. So now you got events, you got blogs, two great touches, and then you have your content that you're posting. So for a monthly event, for example, we'll take that event, invite people to it, LinkedIn Live, Zoom events, great. We even do in-person events, support that. Have some great in-person events we're doing. But then we'll cut up the video with the in-house video editors we have. We'll cut it up into snippets, snack size snippets, very digestible. Now it goes out over social. So now the people you're connected to in LinkedIn, for example, are seeing your content. And we know how to get the content in front of your connections, as opposed to look at most of your newsfeed. Nobody's even looking at the content, but we get it in front of them. So we have posting going out. We have snippets from your events. We have clients. We also have the blogs we repurpose as a post. And then a lot of clients are doing video, short snack size videos on their own. We assist with that. So they're just embracing this and getting stuff out there. So now you have marketing content going out. You are the authority. You're in front of people. This is how you can build relationships without having to hit the streets and just do lunches all the time, and do that. You can do it this way if you do it right. And while you're doing that, you are selling to people. Hey, let's get on a Zoom. Let's get into my pipeline. Become a client. So this is what we talked about, and I'm so fired up. But think about your own business. How do these principles apply to that? And I'll tell you. Okay, so below is the my blog you can get into, and then also I've got this, which is if you want to get on a Zoom with me. Around wherever you're watching this, my contact information is there. You can reach me, but also the QR code. You can scan that, and it'll get you into getting on a Zoom with me. I love learning about other people's businesses, seeing what's working, what's not working, sharing my screen, and show you what our AI tools are doing. Next level right now, just next level. I use them. They're insane, and it's all good. All right, so that's it. Great weekend.